Hello ACPS teachers. In this short video, we're going to go through the steps involved in using the activity templates. Now, the great thing about these is that they really do take you step by step through the procedure for setting them up. So they're actually really super easy to use. So we're going to start here on the left with the shout it out, and we're going to take a look at what's involved in setting this up for students. So when we click, you have this optional area at the top to display the question on the board for the students to see. Then you get to choose how you want the board itself to look. Do you want it to be randomized, meaning all of the student contributions land anywhere on the board, no particular order at all? Or do you want to establish some categories? Like maybe you're going to have them tell you pros and cons, and so you want to have them put the pros on the pros side and the cons on the cons side. Notice here you have to have a minimum of 2 categories, but they will let you go up to 4. Moving over to the right-hand side, you're going to choose what you want the students to contribute. Do you want them to give you text, or do you want them to give you images? And notice that it is either or. If I click on text, I'm turning off images. If I click on images, I'm not allowing students to contribute text. Then how many contributions do I want to allow? By default, you may have noticed it changed between text and images. If I'm asking them to tell me the best reason, I only want to allow them to give me 1. If I'm asking them to tell me as many reasons as they can think of, I might choose to have them give me 10 or 20. I can keep clicking up until I run out of numbers here. So you can either set the contributions to 1, or you can set it as high as you would like. Then you have this option down here to decide whether or not you want the student names to show on the contributions that they put on this bulletin board here. You will also have the ability to turn this on or off while the activity is running. So what you choose right now is not that big of a deal. Once you have put in your settings on that first page there, you're going to choose the theme. What do you want the bulletin board itself to look like? Classic is just that gray background there where it's the student contributions that really stand out. Custom allows you to upload your own image. So right here, all you're going to do is click on Custom and choose Next. And then you're going to click on this small image thumbnail in the upper right-hand corner. Right here, it's asking you custom, default, or no image, and then you can drag an image or browse for one by clicking right here. Once you have these, you click Save and click Finish. Next, we're going to look at the options for using the Smart Response Assessment tool. Once again, we select right here. And then it starts off with what question type we would like to ask first. You can see the question types you have here are pretty standard. You've got multiple choice, true, false, multiple answer, where A, B, and C might all be right, but D is wrong. You can have a poll or opinion question where there are no right or wrong answers, and you can even have short answer questions where your students would actually have to type in their answer choice. So we'll start here by clicking on something pretty simple like a multiple choice, and then it immediately switches over to the field where you're going to enter the question. You can put in an image along with your question, enter in your answer choices down here, and you can even attach images to the answer choices as well. And then you're going to click on the option that is the correct answer to this question. Once you have in your question your answer choices and any images that you need, you can click in the upper right-hand corner to add the next question. Select the drop-down here if you need to change the question type. And from here, the steps are pretty much the same in terms of putting in the question and answer content and selecting the right answer. Once you have all of your questions added, you click Next in the bottom right corner. And this is where you can see a list of all of your questions. You can see what you had set as your answer key, just so that you can double check and make sure that everything is correct. And then you have the options over here on the right-hand side to put in the title of your assessment for your students, as well as any instructions for how they should complete it. Once you have that information in, you can click Finish, and your assessment is ready to go. So for this last one, let's take a look at these game-based activities here. Once again, you click, and it shows you all of the different game-based activities listed here alphabetically. Choose the one that you would like to create. I chose Super Sort as an example. It asks you to label the 2 categories that you will include in your sorting activity, and then begin filling in underneath of each the text or images that belong in those. Once you have your categories and all of your text or image options underneath, you click Next in the bottom right-hand corner. And this is where you will choose the theme, or what do you want the background to look like. They have lots of brightly colored backgrounds here to choose from, like pirates, jungles, garden, and so on. A lot of teachers have reported that these backgrounds can be a little bit distracting, so they've even included a simple background here, which is just gray. And they have the additional option here for you to put in your own custom background, which would involve uploading, just as we saw with the shouted out activity. And that's a quick look at using the activity template options for building in the SLSO.